Hello, everybody. This is Christine Till. I'm the marketing mentress, and Happy New Year for those of you who haven't had a chance to talk to me yet this year. I am so excited. Here I am, a boomer, learning how to do all these live things. And so gradually I'll get better and better at everything that I'm doing. But I have some things that I want to share with you that I think you'll really be interested in. So here are some questions I'd like to ask you. Do you feel like you've been working every day to get your perfect income and you're not getting anywhere? You're just stuck in a rut, going back and forth every day, and nothing is happening to get you to your perfect income. That was me years ago, but I was let go from that job when I was 61. So at 61, you try and go get another job. It's next to impossible. I even tried to get a job as a waitress. And they asked me to show my resume. And as soon as they saw my resume and that I had university education and a bunch of experience, they went, "Oh, no, you're overqualified." So they wouldn't even hire me to be a waitress. I think they were afraid that I might find a better job and leave them. I don't know what else to think. But here's something that I have been looking for many years. So after that experience, when I was laid off my job, well, I call it being fired, because if they don't have another job for you to go to, you're fired. And it inspired me to write my book, Fired at 50, Stop Looking for Work and Discover What You Were Meant to Do. In fact, I don't know if this is going to be all backwards. You're not going to be able to see it very well, I don't think. But it's like two hands coming up out of the water. Please save me, help me. And I've run into so many people who are in basically the same boat as me. They have been let go from their jobs and now they can't get another job. I didn't think I was a frump. I didn't have dementia, so why couldn't I get another job, right? But it's a money thing. The businesses realize that if they hire two 20-year-olds, they can pay them less and train them, and it still costs them less than paying one 50-year-old. And so there's another reason involved, because if they let the 50-year-old go in their 50s, then those 50-year-olds can't come back at the company and sue them for their pension. Yeah. So if they let them go after they're 60, then the employee or ex-employee can come back and sue the company for their pension. And that was a real eye-opener when I heard about that. I went, oh my gosh, that is so true. And when I was promoting my book, because what you do when you write a book, and as it's in the process of being published and edited and all that kind of stuff, it took me about a year to go through all that process, and finally published it in 2013. So during 2012, I was going around talking to different groups about my book and getting pre-sales. And I discovered that there were so many people that were being let go of their jobs in their early 50s. One gal broke down in tears because she was let go from her job when she was on her 50th birthday. Can you imagine? Can't imagine a business owner being so, to me, it's being crass. Anyway, so I looked for ways to build my own business. I still needed to bring in an income to help our household be able to survive. We had bills to pay and rent to pay, and some people had mortgages that they're still having to pay. And so I started going to networking groups to just network. And I noticed that in those rooms, probably 70% of them had gray hair or they were bald. And I went, oh my gosh, they're just like me. So I started asking people if they were using LinkedIn. And so when I did my elevator speech, I'd stand up and I'd say, "Hi, my name is Christine Till. I'm the marketing mentress. How many of you here are on Facebook?" Well, all the hands in the room would go up. And so then I would ask, how many of you are on Twitter? Because at that time, there was only LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter, and that were the key social media platforms. And maybe about half the room, the hands would go up about Twitter. And then I would ask, how many of you are on LinkedIn? Well, the first time I did it, I was in a room of about 40 people at this networking breakfast, and 2 hands went up. In that whole of 40 people, only 2 people were on LinkedIn. So then I got the brainwave to ask them, how many of you would like help with LinkedIn? Well, all the hands went up. So I got another brainwave while I'm standing there. And I said, okay, starting next week, I've got 2 20-minute slots before the meeting and 2 20-minute slots after the meeting. $1 a minute. I'll help you get started setting up your LinkedIn profile. And so they were standing in line waving their $20 for a while. That's how I got started doing my coaching, the LinkedIn coaching. But because most of the people that I came in contact with and were interested in getting some coaching from me for LinkedIn were, because they were over 50, most of them had no tech, no knowledge whatsoever of what to do for technology. If they were anything like me, I wasn't on any social media whatsoever. So what I decided to do is read the entire terms of use for LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm sure you'll want to do it. It was really exciting reading. But finally, so I've been looking for things that were done for me, right? So I'm stubborn. I will go and do something. Once I get my teeth into something, so to speak, I won't let go till I figure it out, learn it, and get it done. And it takes me a long time because I have to learn the whole thing from scratch. So I started looking for things that were already done, and I just had to implement them into my own system. Like, for instance, an email funnel system that's already done for me, and I just have to hook it up to my own system and put my own URL in there for the landing page so that I can start building an email list using the funnel that they've got pre-built for me. And I just have to tweak it just a little bit. I don't have to go and learn the whole thing. And a website that only cost me $59 one time, and I have this whole wonderful website all set up for me that I can use. And if I was building that website, it would have taken me months to build that website. So it was pre-done for me. I got this wonderful website. And then I had an email platform that I could use and personalize everything that I send out. And I learned that email is the thing to do. You need to send emails out to an email list that you have built know, like, and trust with already. And it's harder to build know, like, and trust online if you don't have an email list. And I could never find anything that would teach me how to do an email list without me having to take days or weeks to learn how to set it up and implement everything. So when I found this system in September, I call it my infinity project. It has these things pre-built for me. It has pictures that I can use for posting, and it has ads that are pre-written that I can just copy and paste. So I downloaded everything, the 200 pre-done ads and the 60 pre-done pictures that I can just copy and paste and use to post ads throughout all my social media. And here's why you need to do that, or you need something like this, because when I first got started doing social media years ago, I took some training to find out how to do things and what the rules of engagement were for doing posting in general for online marketing, because I had no idea what I was doing. Talk about shooting in the dark. And so I found a platform. It's called Sprout Social, SPROUT, as in bean sprout, sproutsocial.com. And I believe you can get a 30-day free trial with that. And I can connect because I've been grandfathered into all the different systems over the years, I got, I think it's 10. I can connect 10 different social media platforms, 10 social media platforms to this system and have it send messages out on all my social media platforms every day at certain times. And the times that they recommended there were 5 key times: 8 o'clock in the morning, so people would check their messages or their social media when they're on the bus on the way to work; 10 o'clock in the morning when they have coffee break; 2 o'clock in the afternoon at the afternoon coffee break; 4 o'clock in the afternoon for when they're on the bus going back home from work; and 7 o'clock in the evening after dinner when they go to check their social media while they're relaxing and letting their dinner settle. So those were the key times that they told me I needed to post on. And then once you start posting on a regular basis, you get a feel for, and you can see when people, all your connections are tending to check their social media posts. And so then you can tweak it just a little bit. So maybe 15 minutes after 8 or 15 minutes before 8, or maybe at 9:30 instead of at 10 o'clock, that kind of thing. So you just tweak it a little bit. And it works beautifully. And so that way you can have 3 to 5 posts going out, like what they were teaching me in these courses that I was taking. The first time I heard that, I just about died. I went, oh my gosh, how am I going to do all of this? How am I going to do all of this work? And I was spending up to 18 hours a day sitting in my office doing all this posting, creating ads, creating posts, creating comments and things like that. Oh, now we've got Chat GPT. Oh, it's wonderful. I use it all the time to write articles for LinkedIn, and it gets it. You can make it write or help it to write like the way you write, so it sounds like you when it comes to the paper, when it's on the paper or when it's on the document. So I've been through a whole huge learning curve, and especially since this last September, because I finally found a system that has everything that I need all pre-done for me. Plus, I was working with a coach before that who does pre-done things for me, and I can just copy and paste and do my own posts and set up emails and just make little surveys and all the things that need to be done in order to get a whole marketing program together that generates new leads for you on a regular basis. It would take me months, like I said earlier, if I had to do them all from scratch, and maybe years to get it all done. But now I've got this new system that I've combined with the system that I had already been working on. So between the two, I got 100 new connections into my contact list with my email by combining the two programs together. And what I've been learning in LinkedIn, and how to use LinkedIn to create my contact list and invite people to come to my landing page to do a little survey. And from this new Infinity project that to add to their blueprint, where they have a landing page that people go and leave their name and their email. And the whole thing is, when you're building your list, you need to have double opted in. It has to be a double opted in list. So that list has to have, so here's what happens. They leave their name and their email, and then immediately they get an email that they have to click on to confirm that that's their email. So it's called a double opted in list. And that's what needs to happen with every email list now. Those are the rules of engagement. And so using, and all this, what do you call those platforms? All of the email platforms that use a CRM have to have a double opted in email list. And if you try to download a list of names that is not double opted in, it can tell. These platforms can tell, and they're smart. They can tell if these emails have been double opted in or not. So I was using another email platform. So I took all my contact lists from the other platform when I first switched over to the System.io platform. And I downloaded all my contacts, and they downloaded beautifully because they were all double opted in to the previous one. Way back when I first started using LinkedIn, there was a way that you could download to a CSV file all your connections on LinkedIn, but they stopped that way back in the beginning of just maybe a year or two after I started using LinkedIn, probably about 2013. They stopped allowing people being able to download the CSV file with everybody's name and email that from the connections that you had on LinkedIn, because they were not double opted in. And so people were losing their accounts that they were trying to use to send out emails because of that requirement. They needed to be double opted in. So In this program that I found, it is no MLM, 100% commission, no monthly fees, which, oh, have you ever felt like you're being nibbled to death by a duck because you're in all these network marketing groups and you have to pay a fee every month to keep active in the group and hope to make money selling things, pushing lotions, potions, pills, and crypto? So I was looking for things where you didn't have to do that, where you didn't have the monthly fees and you didn't have to push products, physical products or crypto. So this program only requires 2 hours a day of concerted effort, concentrated effort on, okay, I'll go through the list. You make 3 videos a day, short videos on TikTok. You do a TikTok live once a day. You do 3 pieces of content, of posting content, create 3 pieces of content that you can post through all your social media. And you check your email and correspond with the people that have gotten back to you on your on there's a special platform, a community that you join and for free, and you reach out to people in that community as well. Plus you check each of your social media platforms to make sure that you respond to anybody that's responded to your CSV, or not CSV, your call to action, CTA. CSV is a spreadsheet file. So we have a proven system that has been so well proven. My mentor through this new Infinity Project program that I'm using the blueprint, on 2 hours a day, you can eventually get daily pay, very quickly actually get daily pay. My mentor has made over $970,000 in the last year and a half. Have you ever made that much money in that amount of time? I haven't, but I sure would like to. So I'm following everything that's being taught in the system so that I can get daily pay and make 6 figures. So right now we have a special sprint that we're working through. And so we're doing 90 days. It's called the 90-day 2024 Vision Sprint Challenge. And here's why you're going to make 6 figures. It's because we have the blueprint and easy system to follow, so that when you follow that system, you can get paid daily. So how would $600 a day feel to you? You get 100% commission, because when you have to get involved and to download all the tools, you make one payment, one investment of $600, and then you don't pay any more payments. There's no monthly fees. So it's just one time. And after that, you've bought the rights already to resell that platform. So you can turn around and resell that platform to as many people as you want to, and they pay you the $600. Doesn't that sound right to you? It makes sense to me. I thought, oh, okay, I'll go for that. So we call it the 6-figure blueprint. And so if you just follow the proven process, you make money. I'm making sales, and I'm really excited that I'm working up to when I'll be up to daily pay. So 2 weeks after I signed up at the beginning, I joined the beginning of September, and it was about 2 weeks into September that I got my first sale. So if I can do it, a boomer who's pushing 75 and make money doing this and supplementing my pension. My burn to build this is so I can go visit my grandbabies. It costs a lot of money to buy plane tickets to fly everywhere. We have 8 children, and I need to visit my grandbabies in person and be able to actually give them a hug. It's a lot different having to do a distance hug over the computer all the time using Zoom or on the phone using FaceTime, and to do air kisses to people. You really miss the hugs from your little grandbabies and that know, like, and trust that you need from your grandbabies. They grow up not knowing who you are. They just see this face online and they don't really know who you are. It's the in-person, the personal touch that really cements that know, like, and trust and that love for your grandparents. So we have a total of 29 grandchildren that we would like to be able to visit, and 8 different families. And so a round trip ticket for one person is just under $1,000. And sometimes you can get it on sale for a little bit less, but then when you have 2 people that you need to buy tickets for, do the math. You got it. So I was looking for a way to make a really good supplement to our pensions. And talking about pensions, did you know that the average pension in Canada is only about $1,200 a month? Yeah. So there are a lot of seniors really struggling. And I've heard comments from the Gen Xers and the younger age groups and millennials who say, oh, the boomers are spoiled. No, we're not. We aren't spoiled. There's a lot of us that don't have what the young ones have because their parents have given everything to them and they've not been able to save enough money for their retirement. But when you have a job in Canada, you pay into Canada Pension. A certain percentage has to be taken off of your paycheck every month, and that's paid into the Canada Pension Plan. And then you pay into the income taxes, and from your income taxes, a certain percentage of that goes into the old age security. But if you work for a big company that has its own pension system, its own pension plan, then you can have that pension as well. So you would end up with 3 pensions. But most companies don't have that extra pension plan for everybody. And that's a thing that I was explaining to you at the beginning of this presentation is that, or this YouTube Live, was that companies are trying to not have to pay you that pension. So they're letting you go when you're 50 so that they can keep all the money to themselves. Yeah, inflation is not fun. So all of this, when I was laid off my job when I was 61, I looked for another job and couldn't get another job. So I started looking for ways to make money from home and be able to help people from home. And I discovered in September this Infinity project. And before that, it was a couple years before that I discovered another system that I can use with LinkedIn to build my list and how to build my email list. So my email list has been steadily building using these 2 systems together. I was really impressed when I saw that I had over 100 new people on my email list since the 1st of January. I was really impressed. So it works. And I get all my sales have come from my email list. They originated maybe from clicking on my link and getting into my email list from my landing pages. But once they're in there, they're on my list, right? So they either came from LinkedIn or from coming in through one of my other landing pages, my landing page that I get with the Infinity Project. So I'm sure you have lots of questions. If you go to I tried to write marketingmentress.com up here, but it goes backwards. I don't know how to get it to change around so that you can read it properly. But it's spelled Marketing Mentress as one word, marketingmentress.com. And if you go there, you'll get you'll be able to look at the blueprint and get a good idea of what that's all about and understand a little bit more about the whole project and the done for you system that's built in. Everybody that's joining on my team so far is over 50 because they're looking for the same thing I am, a way to supplement their pensions or their income so that they can have something for their pension, have a better pension when they actually are over 60 and qualify for a pension. I also discovered that part of the way I've discovered all these different things about seniors is when I was in the process of writing my book and was doing these talks and to get pre-sales for my book. And people were coming up to me and they were telling me that they were being let go of their jobs right around the age of 50. I went and did some research and I looked at Stats Canada to see how many new businesses had been started in 2012 by people over 50. And I discovered that 54% of businesses being started in Canada in the year 2012, 54% of those businesses were being started by people over 50. Now, why would that be? Could be two reasons. Number one, they didn't have enough income and they wanted to make more money. Or number two, they were let go of their jobs and couldn't get another job that would pay decent, and they had to have an income. So they start a business. And most of those businesses that have been started online. There's some bricks and mortar businesses and things like selling real estate, becoming a realtor, becoming a financial planner. I've run into many of those. And some of them are bricks and mortar businesses, buying a franchise or something like that. But most of them have been something that can be worked online, a digital business of some sort. So if you're one of those people that's looking for a way to expand your income to cover the shortfall of your wage that you're earning right now, or help you be able to prepare for retirement, or supplement your pension, which most seniors in Canada are having to do, find ways to supplement their pensions, then you need to check out this marketingmentress.com. And it's a name that I coined, kind of popped up by accident. My coach that I was working with at the time, and my oldest son, who actually taught me LinkedIn, and myself, we were tossing around the word mentor to try it and make it sound more feminine. And it came up, we bounced out mentress. And I went, oh, that's great. I love it. So that's how it stuck. So are you struggling online to try and figure out how to build a solid income that's steady and works on autopilot, basically? Because once you understand what a funnel is, an email funnel, and see how it works, it's like you're getting on autopilot. It starts running on autopilot because the funnels are set up with a whole series of emails that people get once they enter into your funnel. And so the first one comes out once they go to your landing page and leave their email and their name, and they double opt in. And then they get an introductory email. And then automatically, a couple hours later, they get another email. A day later, they get another email. A couple hours after that one, they get another email. A day later, they get another email. So there's emails going out every day for quite a period of time. And that helps them to get more information, learn more about you, and understand what you're trying to build. You're trying to build know, like, and trust with people. And if you just send them one message, here's what happens. And this is a reason why I kept looking for done-for-you systems as well, because I was coaching people, helping them to use LinkedIn to get customers and to build their email lists. But if you post in your social media, or if you do a post on LinkedIn, for instance, those feeds move. They're moving all the time. So if you do a post at 8 o'clock in the morning, by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's gone. And whoever checks their messages after 2 o'clock in the afternoon will never see your post. It'll be gone forever. Unless they scroll way back. They can scroll back. Most people only scroll back 5 or 6 messages, and that's all. So if you want to have recognition online, get people to know you and build that know, like, and trust, they need to see you on there. They need to see posts from you on a regular basis. So when I was told that at first that I needed to have 3 to 5 posts a day going out through all my social media, it scared me to death, because I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to do that? So I was spending up to 18 hours a day sitting in front of my computer. My little daughter called it pooter. Mom, are you on the pooter? She'd say, I want to learn the pooter. Anyway, that's a whole aside. I've learned so much, and I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to share it with people. So I do my this is my TikTok, not TikTok. This is my YouTube live event. Yesterday I did a LinkedIn live event, which I do every Thursday at 2:00. And I do these every Friday at 2:00. This is in Mountain Time. I do my TikTok lives Monday to Friday at 11:00 in the morning, Mountain Time, and at 9:00 in the morning on Saturday, all Mountain Time. And Eastern Time is 2 hours ahead of Mountain Time. So you can do the math and figure it all out. So if you want to know more about my blueprint that I use and figure out how to incorporate it into your online marketing system, just go to marketingmentress.com and check out the blueprint. I am Christine Till, the Marketing Mentress, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you and to be able to help you online. I'm so glad I found this, and it's really helped me because I'm now able to start supplementing my pension. And you can supplement your pension too. You can get hold of one of the four platforms, the $50 one, the $150, or the $300, or the $600. Each platform has more tools. So you have very basic tools in the first one. You get a couple of more things added to the next one, and a whole bunch more added to the $300 one. And with the $600 one, you get everything that they've pre-built, and they teach you how to put it together on your own system and get it running so that you can get daily pay, working 2 hours of concerted effort, doing all the things that they list that we must do every day in order to get daily pay. I'm Christine Till, the Marketing Mentress. Talk to you soon.